Thank you very much for that. Some more support we have over here from the People's Network, because right beside here, we have no MLAs inside. Honkers, more honkers. You got to watch the honkers. Need a lot of tissue. Nevertheless, Ron Naidu was not too pleased to interrupt his phone conversation to answer a few quick questions for me. First of which is, would anyone be willing to talk about what's going to happen here in the next few minutes? Having people come to read, to show their support for the lack of money that will be coming through the province into these libraries for the future. The indefatigable answer was no. Well, Ron, Mr. Naidu, and those in the office that are conveniently not there today, like Major of Catch-22, will the next generation learn how to spell no? Which books did you bring?
The Idea of Canada by our Governor General David Johnston. I think he expresses what makes Canada, and one of the things is inclusiveness. And by these cuts to the library, we are cutting people out instead of bringing them in. We have a lot of immigrant families that come and really make heavy use of the library and the computer system and all of those things. They don't have them at home. Our library system supports them. We have all sorts of people in the rural areas who use the interlibrary loan system because their libraries are small. They can't get access to all of the books. We cut that, we cut them off. Exclusion, not inclusion.
Gangster Squad.
Gangster Squad.
Tell us, why did you choose this book?
Well, I actually bought this book, a true crime random purchase at a Regina Public Library's book sale last year.
Tell us about the placard you have in front of you.
I was particularly offended when Don Morgan talked about how libraries shouldn't be a sanctuary thing because people had other places they could go. But I just thought it was a really insensitive, mean-spirited comment. So that's what this particularly is about.
So which book did you bring today for your reading?
It's called The Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell.
And why would you have chosen such a book?
I like the title for this particular thing because I think we are at something of a tipping point in this province. People have just had enough of what this government is doing to us.
Now, you're with CUPE?
Yeah, I'm a regional director for CUPE in Saskatchewan. We represent workers in a lot of the regional libraries and in both of all the big city libraries. Plus, we represent a ton of people that have been affected by this budget. Plus, CUPE believes in public services, which is kind of the overarching theme of what's being attacked here. We're the Canadian Union of Public Employees, and the public services that public employees provide are really, really important to us. You know, it just takes away all of the things that make us a community, that provide community spaces and so on.
Will you give us a nice librarian shush for the camera, please?
I absolutely will not. It's because I'm actually a librarian and I resent the shit out of that stereotype. Librarians are brilliant people who organize knowledge for your benefit.
Tell us about what's going on here today, please.
Today is a Drop Everything and Read event. We have set up these types of events all across the province at various MLA offices of Sask Party, NDP, all over the place. And we have tasked the community with taking time out of their day to simply read in front of these offices for 15 minutes or throughout the day, whenever you have a chance to, just to bring light to the amount of cuts and the impact that everybody sees in the support that the public has for their libraries.
These budget cuts, what's going to be the result of this?
First and foremost, the biggest impact will be felt by the interprovincial loan system, simply with the amount of the cuts that were made to libraries alone, then in conjunction with the cuts to STC, who also contributes to the transport of the books. Will libraries come back from this? It only time will tell.
Gotta tell you, I'm tired from watching all these people read. Not often that I would say that, but yeah, it whooped me. Why are you here today?
I'm here because I believe in libraries. I always have. Libraries are crucial.
Why are they so crucial to you?
It's really a broad view of why it's crucial. It's crucial to low-income people. It's crucial to low-income people. It's crucial to homeless people. It's crucial to latchkey kids. It's crucial to community. There's so many programs that come through there. It becomes a hub. It's a safe place for people to be. It's also, it promotes literacy. It has computers for those that don't have access to computers at home. And when you think about youth that go in there that get motivated to read, maybe just through a program that's running there, and all of a sudden this whole world of reading comes to them. It's like libraries create creativity, they create community, they create learning. And then when you go one step beyond, when I think about the environment and protecting our Mother Earth, if we keep consuming books, that's more and more paper and that's more and more trees, and we need to save our trees. So if you have a library where you're lending books or you're even reading e-books, then you're getting away from the destruction of trees. So libraries are everything. Libraries have to stay alive. I know I've done programming at libraries, or I've been invited in to do programming. I know that my children went to programming. Well, I was even at the library last night listening to the woman from Little Mosque on the Prairie give us a talk. I mean, it's just all kinds of things happen. I was reading something on Facebook yesterday from some woman who is now a PhD and talked about her life, and she was sent a letter to Saskatchewan because she was raised here, saying that she really didn't have much. She hung out at the library. It was safe. The library got her into reading, and her reading got her into being who she is today. So, I mean, each life you touch.
It's a miracle. Would it not be a miracle?
Yeah. And they want to take this away, among other things. It's like, what? That should go to Brad Wall. I think it's good because these dummies got to make some better decisions.
This is Cal and David again. We're at a different location right now, in front of another MLA's office, and we have stumbled across Naomi.
I'm a little bit kind of feeling weepy
Reviewing
because
the grassroots.
I actually expected maybe 4 or 5 people to show up to this location, and at peak numbers we had 50 people here, and I just I'm really happy at what wonderful neighbors I have.
What's happening?
What is happening is that Brad Wall had every opportunity to release budget information before the election. He's still giving tax breaks and cuts to his rich buddies in business to keep them happy, and he's basically taking it out of the poor.
What book did you bring to this today?
I actually brought 30 books to this event today. I actually was driving around the city dropping off stacks of books from my library that I've taken out with catchy and interesting titles to get the point across. I've been hoping that some of our MLAs would come out and read books like Incompetent Government was one that I had out earlier. Mad as Hell was the title of a book that my mother was holding up.
Not just
and
Mad?
Mad as Hell. And I'm holding one that says Voices of Protest.
Congratulations on your seat. How long have you had this seat?
It's been just over a year. It's been about a year and 3 days now.
I'm sure you're taking well to government.
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster, that's for sure.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of ups and downs, is today an up day or a down day?
It's always a great day when the community can get together and show support for important services. But it's frustrating and it's depressing to know that this is where we're at right now in terms of politics in Saskatchewan, where we have to have rallies throughout the province to show support for something as vital to our communities as libraries.
So you believe libraries and maybe some of the other items that are being slammed in the budget cuts are vital to the community?
Absolutely. They're essential services for all of our communities, and you just have to go to any of the libraries in the province to see how important they are, not just for people who utilize the book services, but the programs
Can you describe some of that?
There's many different types of programs, literacy programs, reading programs. There's supports for newcomers to learn English. There's frankly too many for me to be able to list here, but it's also an access center for people to use computers, printers, internet, things like that, and it's a community hub.
What other cuts are you feeling personally, or you know that your constituents are feeling personally?
We're hearing a lot about the library cut. We're also hearing a lot about the concerns about having STC shut down and what that's going to mean for being able to travel throughout the province. Restaurants, I'm hearing from quite a few who are already dealing with a slowdown in our economy, now have to deal with having to charge PST on restaurant food, which was something that didn't exist before this budget, and it has a serious impact on these local businesses that are created by local people and are employing local people, as well as helping to grow our beautiful communities.
Thank you so much, Ms. Sawyer.
Great, thank you.
And what do you think about this budget cut?
Your local library is a treasure trove of knowledge. It's a wealth of information. You can't get that on the internet.
Libraries play such a vital role in society. It's not just a place where you can go to get books. It is meeting rooms. It is interactions with the internet. It is teaching seniors to use computers. It is learning a second language. It is people taking out toys, DVDs, movies. All of that ends up getting lost. And, you know, in tough times, historically speaking, libraries and arts programs have always been the first to go, and we as the province need to just step up and say enough's enough.
I'd say speak up against this mean-spirited, cruel budget. Don't let it happen. I mean, people working together can make a difference.
Occasionally, we've had people say, well, not that many people phone. So we like to find out which MLAs say that. Then we publicly post their phone number. And we're running a little campaign saying, ring those phones, Saskatchewan, we're known for telemiracle, and encouraging people to call, especially our Minister of Education. He's lonely. Keep phoning him.
I do not understand the logic behind many of the moves this government has made in the last little while. They are basically picking on the most vulnerable people in our society. Bus system, the library system, the school systems. What are we doing? This is our future. It's not the past.
The read-in that happened today was a remarkable thing. If you look at the photos that are pouring in from all sorts of different locations throughout the province, like we're talking all corners of the province, people are standing up and fighting for what they believe in, and today that is libraries, and it's a real positive thing, and I think if we continue to do this, we can affect some serious change for the better for our communities.
We have to stop this madness, that these cuts are unrealistic, they're hurting the average person, and people got to learn that each and every one of them have a voice, and we can use that voice and that just connect the dots. What's happening with buses, what's happening with libraries, what's happening with schools, what's happening with racism, it's all connected, and we must stand together in unity and say enough is enough.
So now we lose libraries. Last week it was transit and it was education. This week, libraries. This is Callan David reporting for the People's Network. Thank you very much for that. Some more support we have over here from the People's Network.